Hello! Hi, everybody. Moon, thank you so much for 2 months. Appreciate you, dude. Hello, hello. How are you guys? My throat is a little bit weird today. I can't tell you guys why, but it is what it is. Soundtrack, thank you so much for a tier 1 for 40 months. Hello. What are we cooking? Are we cooking today? Today, I don't know what I'm going to do for cooking dinner. Honestly, probably leftovers. What are you guys going to do for dinner tonight on a nice Sunday? It's a beautiful day today, too. That's like the other thing. Hello, hello. Hope it's nothing serious, man. Take care. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel like I'm getting sick. It just feels like I've overused my vocal cords. Like, I know the difference now. So I think I've just been talking too much. Maybe I've just been yapping, bro. Some interesting stuff. So 2 things. Had a nice day outside yesterday. Got some sun. Feeling very energized. What else? Dude, the Manta extra sold out so quick. I was actually trying to see, like, I don't know. I just wanted to see, like, what the Manta webpage looked like. And I loaded the page up. I hit refresh because something wasn't loading properly, and they were all gone. Yeah, less than a minute. So, I mean, huge thank you, but oh my god, dude. Okay, you got an extra one for 715? Like from Bowl, or which one did you? What do you mean for Fire? Like from someone else? Holy! Thank you so much, Drew, for the 95 stream streak, dude. Yeah, I mean, so like I said, there's gonna be another small drop from Bowl, I think, if you guys missed it, and then also we just have Schema coming up. So
happy Sunday, Alex and
thank
chat.
you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Sinister, for the 200+ stream streak. Holy shit! And Kip, thank you, dude. Shipping was $85. Yeah, shipping's it's weird because the gas prices have gone down, but shipping, I mean, they're gonna take advantage of this now. Shipping has kind of like stayed the same. So, Manta V2, the people want it. That will probably be next year. That will most likely. We're already thinking about it. It's probably gonna be a thing. So I just gotta ask you guys to be patient. Also, hi Anonymous, how you doing? Gotta catch them all. Yeah. Thank you, Loader. Appreciate the prime, man. Thank you. Hey, man, Fire. I get it, dude. Be financially responsible, guys. Dude, the extras were crazy. Unfortunately, I was already at the payment stage and it got declined. Yeah. See, I don't know if your credit cards do this too, guys. One thing that my credit card does that's really annoying for getting stuff in stock, like for limited drops, I have to verify certain purchases. Like, if my bank decides this is sus, my bank will be like, we sent you a text message. Input the text first, which takes like 5 whole minutes sometimes for it to send. But usually by that point, like, I don't make the purchase. I actually tried buying a limited edition EDC, what are they called? Like yeah, the debit cards do the same thing though, for certain purchases.
Oh shit, here's to the next
Hi,
10
Wish.
months. Love
Dude,
you, buddy.
thank you, dude.
Clap,
Appreciate
clap,
that,
clap
man.
your feet.
Yeah, my dad clap my feet. Like both of them? Dude, my credit cards do that. My debit cards are even worse for that. But yeah, I was trying to pick up like an EDC limited edition like multi-tool. And it was only like $180, but because it was a store I've never shopped at, it just declined it. And it told me, like, here's a text, like, are you trying to purchase this from this store? And I ended up not getting it. So, multi-tools? Yes, sir. I wish any of my cards give me an error on anything, but no, they just keep taking my money.
Gym leaderboard?
Dude, Bushido, how you doing, man? Gym leaderboards. Are we doing leaderboards? Going to Dollarama, y'all need something? Chocolate bar. If you don't mind, Dad. I need some inspiration for an Americana Manta. Which, not sure which keycaps to use. Was thinking Winkler. Ooh, Winkler would be nice. That'd be a really fun card to go with. Or, card. We're talking about credit cards. Really fun set to go with that. Alternatively, DCS Mudbeam, but that's not going to come in for a long time. By the way, guys, someone said thank you for the shirt, or nice shirt. Yes, it's a Pokemon Gym Leader inspired board today. Oh, sorry, that's what you mean. I thought we were talking more about the credit cards or something. Pen pop? Where is my pen? Here, we'll do a pen pop. If you could have any keycap set in MTNU that isn't already, what would you want? This sounds lame, but I'd want Monokai material. I really like that set, and I think it would slap as MTNU. But does that exist already? Is that a character from Pal World? Pal World. I haven't played that game since it came out. Is it any good? Did they change it at all? Alright. Shall we look at the keyboard today, by the way, guys? Do a little look-see. The Blaine V2. Pringles Hot Ones. Okay, I know we've already talked about this once. I gotta air my opinion out. Very, very unfiltered here. I think Pringles suck now. I can't eat them. They used to taste different. Now I think they taste like shit. I would say they're more leaning on the side of flavorless cardboard. Like, imagine a GMK tray with a bit of salt. That's kind of what Pringles are to me now. So, if you will, they don't taste the same like they used to. Cooked mush? Yeah. And then on top of that, dude, okay, my other thing about Pringles is for some reason they think they can get away charging like $4 a canister nowadays. It's not my taste buds. Nuh-uh. 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 Spot on. I don't like Pringles these days. That used to be my go-to snack. You know which ones aren't bad if you like those kind of like scooped ones? Or the Lay's. The Lay's makes a version of them too. I don't remember what they're called. Stacks, I think. Those aren't that bad. I can't do Pringles anymore though. I love collecting pens, but none of them do that pop. Good way to start the stream. Hey, it's the CW&T pen if you guys are interested. It's a fun pen. It's not super duper comfy to write with, but it's fun though. Are we eating GMK trays? Maybe. Maybe not. Get out of here, Laser. Not better than Pringles. Have you guys... Okay, who in the chat... Very important conversation right now. Who in the chat has tried Lay's Stacks and Pringles, and which do you prefer? Very important conversation, maybe more important than the keyboard. Out of curiosity, you know what it is? They're probably stretching out potatoes with starch or something, maybe. You like Pringles? Haven't had Stacks in forever, but Pringles are dull? The Lays are better than Pringles? I'm with Hog. They both suck? Hey man, they're not my first choice in chips, but I'm saying if you had to pick one. I'm sorry if I missed the information, but the special edition schema is going to be available on website tomorrow, Keybait. I will let you guys know in the schema chat what all the details are by like 6 o'clock tonight. Me and Bull have a meeting after this that we're going to talk about all the final details, set up everything, and then we'll let you guys know. Okay? I like Pringles too. We'll have to get some Stacks. I like Stacks. Stacks are good, man. These are Mutagen. This is the Mutagen keycap set. It's quite lovely. Very, very nice. Get the Zentu signature if you can find it. No pop sound, but the magnetic cap. Wait, I want to look this up. Pens are dangerous because I do like pens. I use them all the time.
I have an Athena 1800 I want to get a plate for and wanted to know a Luo PC. Switches are spring swapped Nixies, lubed and filmed.
What mount is the Athena again? I forget. Is it gasket? I want to say. If it's gasket, I can't remember now. I would suggest just getting the aluminum. If it's top mount, I'm a bigger fan of PC. Oh, I've definitely seen this pen. Actually, this is a nice looking pen too. Jeez. Gasket and top? You know what? If it's both, I would say just pick up PC. That way there you don't have to like buy different things and you can fiddle with the how you want the board to be. Okay, quick thing. We're going to start this board right now. This was sent over by Canon Keys. So this is going to be a sponsored stream. I'm not keeping this, but it is going to be a sponsored stream regardless. Won't change the way I think. We're going to be as objective as we possibly
What
can
is
and
the
get into all the
special
details
edition
here.
schema?
I will let you guys know in a bit, Chief. Thank you so much for the bits. We'll talk about it here in a sec. But okay, let's take a look at what this has to offer. This is the Blaine V2. This started, if my knowledge is correct on the lore of this board, this started with one of the omakase group buys, I believe. I don't even know if you want to call it a group buy. But essentially what that is they were doing like private group buys, which is a very small amount. I want to say like sub 15 units. That was the V1 for the Blaine. And this was only for people who like, I don't want to say know how to get in or whatever, but kinda, I guess. Like people who are interested in kind of getting something random, you know, like the whole board. So I guess this was popular enough that people wanted to take, or maybe not people, but the designer wanted to take this and explore it forward. So this is the Blaine V2. It is apparently, pencil the Pokemon stuff I have on, based a little bit on the first playthrough, I have this written down my notes here, of Pokemon Blue in 1996 for the designer. I don't know exactly. I can't remember all of Pokemon Blue and Red. I have to replay them, honestly. But yeah, I think it's based off of the volcano or the islands or whatever, which is more apparent on, I guess, the new version of this. What is the island called again? Cinnabar? Seafoam? Or something like that? But interesting little board. It's going to be I would say this is like very like Jane leaning in terms of like aesthetic. Is it Cinnabar? I don't remember the name of the island. But let's open this up and take a look. The Dark Tower Blaine from Stephen King. Oh, no. I haven't even... Is that a book? Cinnabar is the islands, yes. Okay. So, price of this is going to be, I think, around $400. Let me just see if they have a sub $400 targeting. It hasn't been finalized yet, but sub 400 for something. Hopefully this ticks all my boxes for something I'm interested in right now. Book series, it says Magnum Opus. Oh, interesting. Have you done anything with the lighting of the camera settings? Something looks different, but I like it. No. Does it look... Oh, maybe it looks more zoomed in because I have my desk really high. That's why. But no, everything's the same. Does it look bad? I haven't changed anything. Is it darker? It's amazing? Oh, the book? Okay. All right. Actually, right away, I like this little... I'm a sucker for just little TKLs with little logos on the top here. But yeah, we have pretty uniform bezels. I'm pretty positive this is uniform. If anything, the sides are just a smidge smaller, maybe. Okay, let's see the back. So the back is, I think, where all the fun stuff happens. Actually, this is kind of high-key interesting. I've never seen... Is this some sort of carbon fiber? Hold on, I'll actually zoom in here. With like a red fiber inlay or something. I don't know, like some red accent. That's actually kind of neat. I don't think it's super duper uniform though. Like you can kind of see some of the sparkles are a little bit more like noticeable. Or I guess some of the more shiny red accents on it. I like the logo too. That's cool. So that's supposed to be representing the volcano, and there's an LED in there. Interesting. Yeah. I wonder if this will be more uniform too. Like, I understand some of the shine depending on the light. That I'm not worried about. But like, you can see some are just a little different. But also, it's... I'm guessing this is carbon fiber because... Actually, let me see. Did they say... Yeah, so it's some sort of carbon fiber. Yeah, it's super neat. Like I said, I've never seen something like that. I actually think it suits the board quite nicely. Okay, one little pain point I see right here is I don't like the larger... Oh, actually, is that a gap or is it just... Yeah, maybe we have to screw that in a little bit more. But there's a small little gap there. Kind of want to screw that in, see if that fixes it. I'm also hoping for this price point we don't see Phillips head screws. That is something that I'm not a big fan of on higher end keyboards. Is it just me or does this hurt the stream bitrate like hell? Probably. It sees a lot of stuff. The logo for Blaine over here, I feel like isn't super duper necessary on the aesthetic of this, but you know what? I kind of get it. It kind of is a throwback to like a retro game, I suppose, using like a pixelated font. So I get it there, getting the overall theme. We have a bit of a Toblerone here, but not really. It's just a piece of aluminum. All right. I'm vibing with the overall aesthetic of this. This is a cool one. A very kind of slim box on wedge. Very, very classic. Nothing to really write home about here. Even though I don't buy PVD weights, the back would look sick with black PVD. Yeah, I think it would. Oh, this is magnetic. Oh, this is why I'm seeing there's a smidge of a gap here. Oh, now it's better. Okay, it just needs to be adjusted. So this is a magnetic Toblerone. I almost don't see the point in having a magnetic piece over here other than to what, hide the screw? Interesting. I guess that's a solution to hiding one of the screws without having to sacrifice a screw point. All right, it's not too bad, I guess. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to have some different color, I guess, back pieces, but they're going to have a volcano color, a seafoam color, a classic, and then more to be determined. I don't know what some of those other colors look like because there's only this unit available on the pictures. So I guess we'll see. I'm kind of streaming this like, what, a week or so in advance before this launches. Also, another really cool note here. This is something that might not interest everybody, but having the internal weight off to the side over here, kind of more focused along the alphas, should actually help with the alphas sounding a lot more full. Kind of also negating the need to have stepped internals or like a big, humongous weight. Kind of allows it to breathe a bit too. We've seen this done on some other boards. It's not super duper common, but I do like the thought of putting this more central to the alphas over here. Yeah, the target price is below $400. And then we do have a non-centered USB-C for people who enjoy those. Cool. Really vibing with this bottom piece. Again, would like to see this a bit more cleaned up in terms of like uniformity. But I don't know if that's even possible. Super unique. Very fun. And then, like I said, I want to see those Phillips head screws go bye-bye. We don't need Phillips head screws. There's clearly torque screw over here. I want to see more torque. That top ano is sick. It's got a bit of super dark blue or green in it. Yeah, it has a bit of green and blue. I don't know exactly. I think this is what the classic colorway I want to say maybe. I'm not sure. Cool though. And there'll even be EC support apparently with an EC TKL X PCB, which I think is going to be sold separately. Very nice. Actually, I feel like, and this is not a slight to anyone, I feel like this is one of the more simple Canon Keys projects they're running, and I'm very much vibing with it. Sometimes Canon Keys runs a bit more like bulky keyboards. This is like nice. This is like slim. It's very classic looking. Like, I like this a lot. It has its own little flair. The little logo on the top is super duper cool. Although I'm not sure what this is a reference to. Maybe something to do in the game, but I'd have to brush up on my game knowledge. Very, very pleasant. Really like this so far. Is that the gym badge? I'm not sure. I really don't remember. That's a nice touch if it is. Very, very pretty. Like I said, I'm trying to go full Pokemon today by wearing the shirt and putting out the artisans, but my memory of blue and red is a little shit. However, on a separate note, really quick, kind of related to Pokemon. hopefully in a week or two I get all the equipment to repair slash, well, maybe not repair, but to redo my Game Boy Advance. And then we'll play some Pokemon too. I'm excited. I ordered a shell and I ordered a screen, and then I'm considering ordering some custom buttons. I was going to get an aluminum case for the GBA, but I feel like that's going to be too heavy, and I just don't care for it to be aluminum. I kind of want to stick with just lightweight plastic. So, side note, but really excited. All right, let's take a look at our PCB that goes alongside this. Kind of hope we got a hot swap today. I think we did. Yeah, okay. We have a hot swap one, only because I'm just using my own switches for this. My usual... Kanekys, I always say this, probably rolls their eyes every time I review one of their products, or one of their stuff they're vendoring, being the lead vendor for. This has a Molex connector on it. Not a big fan. Not a big fan. My usual reasoning is they just don't last super duper long. However, if you're only building this probably like a handful of times, which you probably are, you probably don't need to worry about it. However, I'm still not a big fan of these in the long term. But it is nice they're using a universal daughter board, at least that they sell, one of the newer ones, the Fly daughter board, I believe. All right. Hot swap is looking super duper generous for layouts as well. The only thing we're really missing here is ISO. Very fun. Hopefully this loads up. It should load up in VIA as well. We'll take a look at this later. A little note on the VIA stuff. This has nothing to do with today's keyboard, but just as a separate note. I am, like I said, I'm getting a little bit more like confused by the day of the whole VIA stuff and VIA situations with keyboards. It seems like it's now a two-way street of just people being kind of whatever about using VIA. However, brands keep freaking advertising that they're VIA compatible. And again, I know you can just load up a JSON file, but it's just annoying in the long run. My thing is, why even advertise that at all? And you shouldn't advertise that if it means you have to download a file anyways for the web-based software to work. The whole point is just have it seamlessly on the web-based software. So again, my thing with most brands, not this product, this should load in, I think this PCB is compatible already with VIA. If it's not going to load in natively, don't freaking advertise it. Just include the JSON file, keep it there if you can't get it loaded in. But then again, the two-way street is apparently VIA, and we kind of went through this too. VIA is slower, or I guess QMK rather, is slower to pull some of these requests. So I don't know, maybe it changes as needed. Maybe some sort of big switch up is needed for this, but you know, there's compliance issues on one side, there's slowness on another. It just seems like a recipe for disaster and a recipe for nothing getting done. And the only people that are really suffering are the end users who are buying these keyboards, who then need to kind of scratch their head and figure out how to download a JSON file and upload it and then get it running, and so they can customize their keyboard. Not to Kanekys, but the rest of these brands, you know, I was thinking about this morning. Do better, bro. There's solutions out there. I've given you people solutions. Just do better. Anyways, that's my rant for today. That's it. Okay. Let's look at some of the other stuff here. Very, very nice hot swap layout. We have some, what are these? Gasket pack. And what's this? Just some extras. Well, not extras. Top mount screws. This is also O-ring compatible too, which is freaking awesome. And then I'm not sure if this comes with stabs. I don't know, but they sent over other stabilizers. I'm just gonna use the other stabs. Oh wait, hold on a second. I don't think I can use these other ones You know what I'll do? I think this is just for the space bar. I think we'll just mix and match some stuff, just so we can get the O-ring to work too. We'll just do this. Alrighty, well, cool. I'm happy with everything so far. Only one minor grievance that I have. Let's start assembling this. Fun. 100% agree on the VIA discussion. It's just annoying. Like, it's just starting to like really grind my gears with things. Also, hello everybody. I believe this had a solder option as well. Although, you know what? At this point here, another discussion that might be even worth having is I feel like keyboards slowly will start Xing off solder. Does it say here? It doesn't say exactly, but I'm assuming they would. Okay, it doesn't say exactly, no. No, doesn't matter. It doesn't say. Just get a McLovin? Yeah, you probably can just get a PCB for this, but I mean, it'd be nice if they included one with the purchase or the option for one. Well, no, so the issue is I feel like, not issue, I don't even know how to feel about this anymore, and maybe you guys can weigh in your thoughts and opinions. I think less and less people are caring about solder, which is fine. It's a bummer, but it's fine. So I think more brands, and we definitely have seen this, more brands are leaning towards just hot swap PCBs. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just as like a thing, just to quickly state that, there's nothing wrong with hot swap. It just sucks for the, I guess, people who enjoy the process of soldering. There are some benefits of soldering, sure. There are also benefits of hot swap, but I mean, I get it. I get why brands care more about catering to the mass of people who clearly care more about that, but I wish I was paid by Big Solder. I'm gonna be bummed if solder stuff starts to like go away completely though. Like really bummed. I'm actually buying more solder, sad. Yeah. I think we've already seen a few brands say there's gonna be no solder PCBs. Even some of the new projects that come out are hot swap only because they're cheaper kits overall. But I'll be bummed. I will indeed. Might even cry a little bit. I only get solder if it doesn't have solder. It's a no-go. I don't mind me using a hot swap PCB. Like, by no means do I... Like, I think this is right now is hot swap in this one for the schema. I don't mind it. But yeah, if my end choice is always going to be a solder unit. Can you turn a hot swap PCB into a solder PCB? As far as I know, the answer is no. But maybe there'll be some conversion kit in the future. Who knows? Hi, Alex. How you doing, man? Also, hello, everyone on YouTube. I just keep forgetting to read the messages. I'm a little scatterbrained today because I'm too excited. Might be. What keycaps today? Dude, I think Firefly. I was thinking that earlier, but I also don't know. We'll see, I guess. We'll see. Is this a 7U wire? I hope it is. Doesn't look like one, though. It's not. Okay, I'll just take the 7U wire out of the box. Why would I do that? Do what? Wanting to solder is like making coffee by yourself, the enjoyment of the process. Yeah, exactly. You know what, though? My coffee process in the morning, I've really streamlined to the point where I can just do it on autopilot. I don't know about you guys. I think if I ever get the opportunity in the future, though, I would love to get a proper like espresso machine. But I don't know if that opportunity will ever pop up for me. Space is always going to be an issue on our counters. Just solder through hot swap sockets? Yeah. You know what? You're not wrong. That's the real solution. You can just get the fellow, Alex. I don't know. When I tell you guys we literally don't have any counter space, we literally have no counter space. Also, hi Bebot, how you doing, man? Our counter space right now is looking pretty slim. So it's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. I guess if you want permanence, you could glue your switches to the hot swap sockets. You could also do that, yeah. I settled for an espresso and became complacent on it. I mean, honestly, espressos are fine. Are you into just straight espresso or milk drinks? If I were to do it, I'd want to go like the full mile and do like milk drinks as well. I don't mind a glass of espresso, or an espresso, like straight, but honestly, you know what I prefer over just like a little shot of espresso? I like the mocha pot. I'd rather just drink that straight. I like how strong that tastes without being like super crazy like a shot of espresso, but I'm more of a mocha pot guy when it comes to straight coffee. I actually, even with pour over, I don't mind pour over straight, but I actually like pour over with like some milk or something. All right, so I guess we need some lube. This is the wrong one. I use Cafe La Robot. Is it like one of the ones that do it all for you? Not gonna lie, those are sick. Those always seem so dope to me. I prefer my coffee black so I can eat more calories in my food. You know what though? How much realistically is like even when I'm making like creamer / sugared, I guess, drinks of my coffee, I put a dash of creamer and then I use sugar-free sweeteners. I probably would think my coffee is maybe 30 or 40 calories total. So I'm actually, but I don't even put a tablespoon though. I put less than that. I put like literally like just a bit, just to make it like have some creamer taste, I guess. So it's not just straight coffee. I would guess mine is maybe max 50 calories. But I will admit though, Drew, I'm with you on that. When I was starting my coffee like journey thing, I was going a bit heavy on creamer and sweetener, and I think my coffee drinks were like 200 to 250 calories. And they add up so quick. Do you think $200 is a lot for a Game Boy Advance with Fire Red included in a custom box? Is it a real Fire Red, or is it like one of those like fake ones they've loaded up on a Game Boy cartridge? If it's real, then sure, dude. Nothing comes free. YOLO, bro. I don't know. I think it's real. It's from a store. $200 ain't bad for a Game Boy. I would say no. I mean, to order all that stuff in anyways would probably be around $200 separate. And if it's all authentic, then sure. Why not? I love the Camilas that were lubed, and I'm curious to see how unlubed ones do. Does Wingtree make unlubed switches? I'm not even sure. They do? Hey Alex, are you able to explain why you like the Yogurt S's so much? Sound signature is really the big thing. Like, they feel great. Most HMX switches feel good though. I would say like the stock spring, very well done on the Yogurt S's. I just got my other batch in, was it yesterday? And then the other thing I can tell you about Yogurt S's is I love the overall sound signature. They're like bright, but also very like full sounding, which is kind of my ideal. You know, I guess the best way to describe this, they feel like a bit of a sharper sounding Obscura to me, to my ears. And I think that's why I like them, because they have that fullness. They have a little bit of that extra oomph and bass. So I vibe with them. Oh, this is the wrong thing here. I need this guy. You need to get Camilas. I have Camilas now. I have a lot of switches that came in over the weekend. Yogurt S's are nice. Been loving them with T2s as well from Key Geek. Yeah. Like I said, the one thing is, I feel like with HMX, it's always a bit of a gamble to see what I like and don't like. And it does get expensive gambling on switches, you know what I mean? I know it's not really gambling because you do get a product at the end of the day, but I appreciate the explanation. Anytime, Cass. I hope you're doing well, by the way. Love you, buddy. And actually, to go back to the other conversation too, I am completely drained with video games. So right now, my next task is I think I'm going to be playing some handheld stuff again. That's my new task with games, is I got to go back and beat all the handheld stuff. I don't know why games these days are just so draining. Play RuneScape? Nah. What's the camera we can see alongside the Artisans? It's a Sony camera, but then if you guys wanted to see the Artisans, I think this tray is so cool. They did such a really fun job on this tray. Elden Ring and the DLC drained my soul. Well, okay, here's my take as someone who, maybe I'm just jaded. I think I'm just jaded. Like, I'm pretty positive, but who knows? My take right now is I think with video games, I'm getting to a point where there are one or two good games here and there. I play them. I have a good time. And then I go back to anything else, and then nothing feels good. And then I start to realize the flaws of some of the games, like, these days. Like, I think playing... Here's a good example. When I played Elden Ring, and I got addicted to Elden Ring, even Expedition 33, I remember going to go play other stuff, and I'm like, why am I doing this? This feels like purposeless. For example, I can't really play TFT much anymore after playing like Expedition 33. Like, I really haven't touched it. And I know it's polar opposite games, but I'm starting to think, like, why do I keep dragging myself along playing like ranked games when it's just, I'm never going to be like, they're just shit to pass the time, and I don't truly enjoy it. And then even with like Arc Raiders, I played a lot of Arc Raiders, and I start to think like Arc Raiders was fun in the moment, but I don't remember it. Like, it's not a memorable game all the time. Even playing a lot of this like new, was it Friend Slop stuff? Forgettable. Everything's so forgettable. And I'm starting to realize, like, man, I'm really not enjoying playing games that I won't remember in like 2 months. And the common denominator is, I think a lot of PvP stuff for me is forgettable, and I feel like that's still like the biggest market for games these days, is just PvP stuff. And I don't know, I just haven't... First of all, buying games constantly is expensive, but then also there's just nothing I want to play. So, yeah, PvP is so sweaty nowadays too. Like, you can't just like load up a game like you used to. Tarkov, I tried getting back into Tarkov. I couldn't do it, but yeah, I think right now I'm gonna go back to like retro games, or just try to find a good single player game that I haven't played. I'm really excited for the new Fable. And then someone mentioned The Witcher 3, amazing game. I'm waiting for the new expansion now too for that. That should be a lot of fun. It's like sometimes I go to the cinema and get a wonderful, memorable experience. Sometimes I go for a random Disney film or action and I'm like, well, that was a fun thing for the night, moving on. Yeah, and that's kind of how I'm feeling, except games are more like, I don't know, I feel like I'm wasting more money and time on games than a bad movie, you know what I mean? If that makes any sense at all. Games these days aren't so much about the story like they used to be. Even FF isn't that great now, which is why classic FF7 Remake is better than any of the new stuff. Have I tried Osu? No, I really suck at Osu. But I'm with you on that, Drew. More like I get both types of experiences and both are valid. Yeah, no, you know what? I totally get you too. That's a very mature way to look at it as well. But I definitely feel more burnout from like the games that I play for like a week and then give up on. Have you ever tried to read postmodern literature and say, screw this? No, never. Never, ever. Recently I've been contemplating on buying games that just end up not getting anything because I don't even know if they have the energy to finish them. It's a bit of that too, huh? Dude, Minerals, I'm with you. So Minerals says, I think you value games more if you force yourself to a budget. As an adult, if you let yourself buy anything whenever it feels meaningless. I think you're right about that as well. Because I kind of end up buying like friend slop shit. Because it's cheap. Or just like the latest like fun indie game that will last me an hour. And I think that does diminish my experience playing video games as well. Yeah, you're right. It does budget your time as well. You're totally right on that. That's a good point, man. Fuck. God bless Steam sales for filling my library, so I always have something different to play. Actually, I really haven't bought a whole lot from Steam sales these days. I still regret picking up Forza. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. That's my biggest regret so far of the year. I mean, but if buying a game is my biggest regret, 2026 ain't going so bad. The one friend slap game that's just really stuck with me is Repo. We've definitely had some funny moments on that. Repo's one of the better ones. But I think that's it for me. Nothing really else stands out when it comes to friend slap stuff. Maybe Peak. We've had some good moments in Peak. That's one of the better ones, I'd say. Actually, yeah, I would say Peak is maybe my number one. I don't buy stuff unless I'm sure I want it. I'm not very good at budgeting my time. Yeah, my weakness has always been games. Maybe I also just really want to get back into like an MMO or something. I'm excited for the new Guild Wars as well. Shade Intended Repo is one of those friend slap games that actually that's actually a game. Like it could be played solo. Most friend slap is unplayable solo. You're so right on that, dude. It's like that new Chameleon game. You cannot play that solo. Unless you join random people, but that's still just a PvP game at that point. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm excited to try the new Guild Wars when that comes out. Oh my god, my arms are burning. I went to the gym and I went crazy on tricep workouts. It's always tricep that gets me. Maybe because I don't use my triceps that often, I guess, but Minecraft's always fun, man. Fantastic game about creativity. Mr. Pipes? Nah. I thought I would see more, like, this sounds, I don't know, really lame of me, but I thought I would see more muscle definition within the first month of me going to the gym, but I feel more energy, for sure, whenever I go. But yeah, definitely not as much as I thought. Maybe a little bit? But I'm not sure. Stopping by, I want to thank you for putting out your video on the AL80, picking that board up thanks to your insight. Anytime, Ira. Anytime at all. If I can find a group to play Guild Wars 3 with, I'll play. Hey, man. Maybe we'll become a Guild Wars 3 channel. I'm really hoping they don't let me down with Guild Wars 3. I enjoyed Guild Wars 2. It wasn't as good as Guild Wars 1 in my opinion, but really have high hopes. I think I'm more still excited for Fable 4. That might be my new hype game that I'm definitely putting too much weight into right now and too much stock into, but you know what? Fuck it. Gaming YouTube channel? That would be fun. Did I trim both of these? We did, okay. Alright, start putting these in now. I'm stuck in an endless Final Fantasy XIV loop MMO that's had its hooks in me since, well, forever. Over a decade ago. I have so many friends who still play Final Fantasy XIV. I tried. I couldn't get into it personally, but I get the appeal. I've watched them play a whole bunch. AL80, I took my time looking at it from an engineering perspective. It's not the best at that price. Sometimes it's not really being like, I don't know, like for what, an engineering perspective, I guess. Sometimes things just work well and you don't have to put too much stock into it, I guess, but I thought the AL80 was pretty good value. Other boards have other problems in which I'm not really into, but that particular one I feel like worked well for its intended audience, I suppose. Alexotos Guild for Guild Wars 3. When's the date on that? Like, when's that actually coming out? Alright, one done. These ones I'll do 205 on. What am I doing? I take breaks but play it consistently with my wife. It rocks. It's our rock as far as nothing else to do for gaming. I totally get that. My rock is always just playing a match of TFT, but I'm just so bored of TFT right now. It's still a fun game, like when I do feel like I'm in the mood for it, but it's been a long time since I've been in the mood for it. No launch date? Damn. One game I cannot do anymore that I tried a few times to get back into is World of Warcraft. I just cannot find the energy within me to do WoW anymore. Ow. Fuck. These are so tough to put in. Beta starts in fall 2027? Damn, that's far off. Well, we'll need to occupy my time until then. Because she loves Final Fantasy. I got into Final Fantasy because I love 14. Oh, just like the Final Fantasy, like the storyline of 14? The franchise as a whole? Okay. I legitimately have stopped only on Final Fantasy X2. That was the last one I played. I would need to go back and like really up my memory on some of these things. So that Game Boy, the Fire Red, is not OG but supports US cartridges. I feel like Game Boys aren't terribly expensive though. I feel like the cartridge is probably worth more. You know? Golden Sun? What's that? Well, I still have to play through all of my games. Like, a game that I really want to play through, which I don't know, I've been struggling with, and maybe I'll play this with you guys on stream. I don't know why. This game here, it's been sitting on my shelf for a little while. The last time I played it, I was on the starter island for this, and I'm like, how the fuck do I get off the starter island? But I just really want to get through this. This is like the one game, even as a kid, that I have not finished playing. Legacy of Goku. It feels really like wishy-washy in terms of polish. But mind you, I've only played a little bit of it, so it's kind of confusing. When we do the Game Boy Advance stream, when I fix up my Game Boy Advance, we'll play that. The Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. I've never really played many of the Kirby games. That's another one I gotta do. That game crushed me as a kid. It can also be cheesed. The sequels are very different, but much more polished. When you say crushed me, do you mean like let you down, or like was it hard? Hard? Damn, okay. Well, it's hard for me now as an adult, so. It crumpled me like an empty soda can? Damn. God damn, brother. Let's see. I do miss Final Fantasy X2. That was a game I got so hooked on. Like that was, I think, one of the very final games in which I bought like guides and like books for more lore and stuff like that. They're somewhere still at my parents' house, but that was I think that was the end of an era for me. After that, I just never got that into games again. Tip for Legacy of Goku: find a wall and rhythm, and if I remember correctly, you can basically hit stun enemies from full to death. Bosses too. They just shred you. I haven't even got to the fighting port, bro. I'm still like trying to understand how to get off the first island. They don't make it clear. Also, speaking of Dragon Ball Z, is anyone going to be watching the new Dragon Ball Z stuff? I think it's, what, this fall? Is it this year? I think they said this year, right? I think they're adding more to the Beerus stuff. Like the arc of... Actually, I don't remember what arc they're redoing now. I think they're redoing the Beerus stuff. And they're adding a new arc. So pumped up. Something unfortunately ruined Final Fantasy X series for me. What happened? It's like a combination of buttons and you take off. Oh. What's your favorite Dragon Ball character? Like Dragon Ball, like as a series, or like the OG Dragon Ball? Oh wait, no. Fairy, I think that's literally the arc they're making. Hold on. Let me find out. I think it's literally the patrol arc. Yeah, I think it's the... Let's see. Yeah. They're doing the Galactic Patrol arc. They announced it 4 months ago, and I think it's... I don't know if it's this year for that, but I know they're redoing the redo for the Beerus stuff soon. The whole franchise... I've always been a big fan of Trunks. I think Trunks is dope, but... You know... Doc, thank you so much for the tier 1, man.
Atmosphere less than 3.
Thank you, dude. I think as I've gotten older, though, I've actually learned to really like Vegeta. I know Vegeta is probably not everyone's favorite, but I don't know. Vegeta is just like... he's definitely cocky, for sure. But I think... Okay, really random tangent. I think Goku pisses me off a lot of the times because I think actually Goku's a pretty terrible father. And I think he's a terrible husband. So I actually don't give a shit about what Goku does half the time. I actually think Vegeta gives a crap about his family, in the series at least, and it shows way more. And he just plays it off as like he's a tough guy. And I just think Vegeta's like badass in general. Goku wasn't raised with that Saiyan pride. I don't know what the hell. Goku was only raised to think about himself. So it's so funny though, man. Goku's so stupid. After taking an L on the extras yesterday, I bought a machinist manta off Mech Market. I laid awake thinking how I fumbled on manta. Wish I could have given the money to you guys, but I appreciate you wanting to get into the schema, man. Appreciate that flip. I know next year we'll maybe do a round 2, but we probably won't do Raw, so it's probably better that you got machinist. Even the androids are better people than Goku. Honestly, fucking facts, dude. Like, you know what episode really bothered me? And I shouldn't be as bothered by this, but there was an episode where I think they had to go to a party for Bulma was hosting. And I think it was it Goku's birthday party? And then Goku got sidetracked it because he had to go help some animal or something like that. Like, that was more important to him than attending people waiting on him and stuff like that. Like, the whole episode just like bothered me. The end of Kid Buu saga. Yeah, I think there was that episode that pissed me off with Goku, but there's been a few episodes where I'm just like, why are you like this? I think Goku's personality was always intended to mirror the Monkey King. Was it? I didn't know that. But yeah, freaking Goku. Zeal, thank you so much, man.
Hello Alex and chat. Hope your day is great.
I hope yours is even better, man. Son Goku, Thank you, Zeal. I don't know. All I know is sometimes, like I said, he pisses me off, that guy. He freaking cheeses me. Why? Who are your guys' favorite characters? Hi, Naked. How you doing? What's the best plate for the HMX Yogurt S's? I'm looking at a 75% board with a carbon fiber plate, but it's hard to find anything interesting. It depends on the mounting style more than the plate. if I had to pick up like if it's just regular schmegular gaskets, I think you're good to go with almost anything. But if it's like a top mount, I would pick a plastic plate. But I think carbon fiber is going to be good. Also, Muggy, thank you so much for the tier 1, man. I appreciate it, dude. What anime is DBZ more similar to? I've never seen it. Oh, I don't know how to describe that actually. I don't know. What would you guys consider? Gogeta? Piccolo? Gohan Super Saiyan 2? Raditz was so cool. I wish they did more of him before blowing a hole through his chest. I feel like they had a lot of potential for Raditz, but obviously that's not how the story goes, but would have been interesting to see Raditz as a good guy. Fat Gotenks? Oh, when they mistransform? I really do like... I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan, or just Dragon Ball fan in general. Mr. Satan is my hero. You know, I actually, like, I have... So, I watched this as a kid, too. Like, I watched most of this already. But when I rewatched it sort of recently, my heart kind of changed for Mr. Satan. I think seeing him with Boo as a kid and how nice he was to Boo, I didn't really, like, think anything of it. I was like, he's just a weird man. Like, he's just a suck up. But I actually, like, I don't hate him. I don't think he's like a bad character at all. As an adult, I kind of like, he's just like, he's being nice. He's treating Boo like a person. I just got my first keyboard, Envoy, and hitting the sound, there is no sound. What? The Envoy can get pretty loud. Okay, Muggy. Damn, that combo should be pretty loud. Are you putting in those 2 screws on the Envoy? I think they're like here and here. If so, take those out. And then which lattice blocks are you using? I bought it secondhand. Did the lattice blocks like cave in or something? That board should be pretty loud, man. Envoy's a very loud board. Mr. Satan is holding the piece between whatever the fuck the Z Fighters do and normal ass people do. Yeah, it's so true. It's a good character. Did I ever take a look at the Lucky 65 V3? I have not, no. Should be on my list, though. Honestly, I should probably look at that one there soon. Is this a mechanical keyboard? Yes, it is. Also, thank you again. I appreciate you being here, Naked. This is a mechanical keyboard. 7V 2026 rebuild stream when? Oh, man. I'm actually nervous to desolder that PCB. You guys know the story, what happened with my 7V PCB? Not the keyboard's fine. The PCB's fine. It's the switches. The 7V I put in RAID switches. And those RAID switches over time, the OG RAIDs, the housings are so brittle. So I fear that when I start to take that apart, it's going to be kind of a battle to get things out of the plate. And just get things popped out properly. Because I feel like everything's going to break. What happened? Misinfo in 2026? In 2026? Oh shit. Different year. Not familiar with that one. Awkward, you didn't notice. Awkward? Yeah, for real. They are. I had raids in my Space 80 and the stem broke in my Striker keycaps. Yup, and I have keycaps on that board. Mind you, it's a PBT set, but I'm also, like, that whole set's going to be for the birds after this. The Helly? Also, hi, Weish. How are you? Did I say hi to you today? This one didn't screw it properly. Come here, screw. I'm great. Don't have the Sunday blues. Are there Sunday blues? Do people get those? I thought it was more the Monday blues. Should I give Weish a big hug? I agree. Also, 130 streak. Thank you, Minerals. Sunday Scaries. Actually, today, even though I don't know if I have the time to go out today, I'm going to try my best to go sit outside. It looks so beautiful today. I have a lot of work to do, but... And then the other thing too, which is like, I just realized today too, is next week is a long weekend. Oh yeah, happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Forgot about that. But next weekend's a long weekend here in Canada. And a few of the parcel services are closing early. So I gotta like figure out shipping for things this week too. Like they're closing on Saturday. All right. Let's put these back and we can start assembling the rest of this board. How it feels beating Qatar 6-0. Oh, is that FIFA stuff? I watched a little bit because we happened to be in front of a TV with someone else watching it. But we watched a little bit of the Germany game yesterday. But the entire time I watched it, for like 30 minutes, it was 0-1 at the beginning. So then I stopped watching it. I don't know who won. I don't even know what the final score was. All right, let's get the plate. Ooh, I didn't even realize they gave us 2 plates. I want to go with aluminum. Because this still should be good with top mount. But I think this will be even better with the O-ring. Wrong way. All right. Now we're going to use some MX Blacks. Germany won? Oh, shit. So what's the next match? Wait, this is not the MX Blacks I wanted to use. Where are my MX Blacks? These are the ones I haven't finished lubing yet. Classic cherry. Yes, classic cherries today. Oh, this bag. What bag is this? Oh, these are TTCs. This is my bag of MX Blacks. These I did with a 60-gram spring, so a little heavier than normal.
I might want to get a board built by you, but I want the top to get Cerakoted. Are there any good Cerakote options within Canada?
Does Nix Keys do Cerakotes now, guys? Okay, so there you go, Jopo. Nix Keys. They're relatively close to me as well. So it wouldn't even be like a big journey between like shops, basically. Like my shop and their shop. And they do pretty cool patinas and stuff too. Like their quality out of everything that I've seen has been pretty nice. So I would give them a little shout, you know? Oh, is he doing Anno too? Shit. That's a tough one to break into. Did they manage to do the TTC similar to the cherries? Yes, they are, I would say, like, really close, but still different enough. But Jopo, I would say, like, obviously if you want it Cerakoted, first talk to Nix Keys. And then, because we already kind of have like a weird little pipeline going of stuff, but I have a few boards that they're doing right now in which I'm going to be doing commission builds for. So it looks like we're going to, looks like we have some sort of, I guess, understanding that there's going to be some stuff we swap hands for. Classic line from Nacho Libre. I have not seen that in a hot minute. You know what movie I watched last night that was pretty good? Hold on. I don't remember the name of it, but it was with Brendan Fraser. I watched... Pressure. Damn, that was actually a really good one. No, I didn't watch The Whale. The Whale I heard's really good, but it's also like not easy to watch. But Pressure, it's a new one that just came out, and it's about the I guess anticipation coming up to D-Day, but it's not really about, I guess, like fighting in the war. It's more kind of about planning D-Day, and then one aspect of planning it, which made a lot of, I guess, you don't think about it, but it makes a lot of sense. So you have to think about stuff like that. But it's pretty good. I enjoyed that one there. But Whale, I need to watch. Dude, legitimately, can I say, so happy he's back to acting. Watching a Pressure last night, I was like, man, it's so sad that he had to be kind of like forced out of, I guess, movies and his career due to the shit that he was put through. Because I really liked him in Pressure last night. Him in Scrubs? I've never even seen Scrubs. Why do people go with blacks from all of the other Cherry stuff? I don't know, because technically all the Cherry switches can just be spring swapped and filmed. I don't know. I think one of my PCBs has reds in it right now. This one has reds. I heard there's going to be another Mummy too, which I'm kind of excited for, and Brendan Fraser's going to be in it. That's going to be a must-watch for me. I just hope it's not terrible like what they did to the new Indiana Jones stuff. That shit is, I'm sorry, new Indiana Jones stuff. You know, I stopped watching it halfway through. I couldn't finish it. It was not that good. Philly, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate it, man. He was in that one episode of Scrubs, best episode to date. Damn. Where do you think we are? Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. There's a bunch of new movies coming out. I was fanboying so hard last night watching the new Spider-Man trailer. I'm so excited for the new Spider-Man 2. Finally a TKL? I know, and this TKL is actually quite the looker too. I like it. I agree with you, Weesh. Very much agree. You're quite the looker? Thank you, Drew. Appreciate you, man. Odyssey's looking so good too. Okay, another movie I'm so excited for. End of Oak Street. That movie looks so fucking... I don't know why. I'm like, I need to watch that when that comes out. The End of Oak Street. I'm so pumped. Thinking about building a Neo 98 in top mount with PP. I think you're going to be good with either or. I think you'll get more volume out of just the standard MX2A blacks rather than Nixies. Odyssey does look good, yeah. That's the one with the dinosaurs, Wish, yeah. And there's a new Spielberg film that came out recently too. I forget what it's called now, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one there. Disclosure Day, yeah. I don't know. I feel like it was mid. The trailer didn't wow me. Did you guys watch it already? I know it's out in theaters, right? It's awesome, says Ralph. Okay, Ralph says it's awesome. Yeah, it didn't like make me go like, whoa. Okay, did I not clip out all the switches? Oh, I think I have more to the side. I shouldn't put them all in the bag. Hold up. I'll get the rest of my switches. Some say Disclosure Day is a commission by the government to prepare us. That's so silly. Okay, the only thing is, I think the reason why I didn't put these all in one big thing is because I ran out of the same springs. So let me just move some of these to here, and then I'll just know which ones I did. One sec, guys. Not like we're really gonna need the same springs on these ones. Apart from a couple of action sequences, the story didn't have much to it. Oh, really? Felt a bit outdated. You know, like outdated in terms of the movie itself. I'm a big, like, I like Spielberg stuff. I wonder if I'd like it. Maybe it would appeal to me. I kind of like the outdated movie vibe. If people prep their own switches for you to put in builds, do you go over them and just put them in? Unless someone tells me explicitly they'd like me to go over everything that they did, usually not is the answer. But I don't mind doing it. So if that is something people want, I don't really have like a rate for that. It'd probably be just the same old rate in which, like, might as well just get it done by me anyways. You know? One more. Where's the last one? Here it is. All right. Let me just make sure all these are nicely seated. So again, small little reminder for people here as well. If your keyboard looks like this, actually, let's go this way here, and you can see that, we don't want that. We want it to look more like, see this one right over here? How you can barely see it. It's nicely compressed down to the PCB. We don't want that. So again, if that is caused by a bent pin, make sure, but just support your sockets and push them in. I paid for the copper. I want to see my pins. Oh gosh. This is especially important on the bottom row where the space bar is. Just make sure everything is pushed in nicely. So in case you're like, but why would I do that? Why do I care? Well, first of all, it matters because here's a good one, right? This could be a bent pin, so we're going to double check that. But also, your switch might not sit right with the keycap, giving you some like weird pseudo alignment issues. But yeah, look, bent pin, right? And then the other thing too you want to make sure with this is, if you don't push them in right and you're like soldering them in, or if more so if they're hot swap sockets, they could rattle around a little bit as you type, just because they're not firmly pressed in. And then also because there's a bit of a gap underneath, it could technically change your sound profile ever so slightly as well. So just ensuring everything's pressed in, and the best way to do that, if you're doing a proper build, like not kind of a little bit in a rush because it's a stream or whatever, just push them in one by one, supporting the socket with one finger. And just go through them. That's it. Like one I just felt popped in nicely there. I melt down all the leaves in your switches and make keyboards out of it. It's true. I've seen him do it. Are you guys excited for the new Avengers movie? I'm so curious on what it's even going to be. But I saw the trailer. Oh, this was an old trailer where they had X-Men stuff inside of it. And I think that's the only excitement that I have for the movie. Everything else, I'm kind of like, whatever. But the X-Men stuff, seeing Cyclops take off his thing there, that I'm pumped for. Give me more of that. Alex, which cork pad are you using right now? This is the TKL one, I believe. Okay, I don't need to take off this, so we're only going to be taking off this right now. Okay. Hi, Drudge. How you doing, man? It's going to be Doom becoming the Beholder. It'll lead to Secret Wars. Why didn't the X-Men help in the other Avengers movies? I think it's a multiverse thing. I think technically the X-Men don't exist in their universe, which is kind of lame and sad. I think the one recent content from a universe has been Andor. Feels like everything else has been derivative of everything that's become before it. Only recent content from a universe I've liked is Andor. Oh, that's what you mean. Andor's been amazing. By the way, Ineffable, I sent you a message, I think, on Discord. I don't know if you got that. I think it was you I sent it to. Pretty sure. I don't know if I mistyped or something. Wolverine looks sick. Oh my god, come on. I also really like that new Predator movie, by the way. My wife gifted me an XT3. Any recommendations on an all-around good lens to take keyboard photos of? Okay. If you want just something simple that I feel like will double up for other things as well, Flip, get yourself like a little 50 mil. Okay? A little 50 mil won't hurt ya. I guess we'll start off with O-ring. Because at least with the 50 mil, you can also double it up to like family photos, you know, like friends, events. If you get something like tighter, like a macro lens, it's really only good for keyboard stuff or portraits. Villitrox makes a decent 50 mil. You can score a decent one there. But also, I think Fuji themselves have some like decently priced 50 mil stuff. I think they do. It's been a little while since I looked at their 50 mil products. $50 mil FF equivalent or just APC? I would just get the 50 mil APC. APS-C rather. Going through all those changes of like equivalents and stuff for a crop sensor is sometimes a little annoying, but I'm talking just strictly 50 mil for a crop sensor. If you want a really fun one, if you have the budget for it, I think Viltrox makes this as well, but there's a Fuji 56 mil 1.2, I think. That one there's pretty dope. This is from Novel Keys. It's the TKL size, sadly. Where's this thing? Come on. This is the Molex connector pane right here. There we go, got it. Oh, you know what? I didn't even realize this, but you probably don't even need to go with clip-in stabs. There's a cutout on the bottom case, which is actually really smart, by the way. There's a cutout here on the bottom that allows you to kind of push the O-ring forward. So I guess if you were to do this, yeah, it's actually pretty smart. You can actually just use a regular standard screw-in stabilizer. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. All right. Is that for extra clearance or is it meant to change the type and feel? It's for extra clearance for people who end up using a screw-in stab. Or else it technically doesn't work as an O-ring mount. I recently got a 35 mil and a 27 mil pancake from Photo Market. Yeah, TT Artisan glass isn't super great. I've had a few of their pieces. Not super happy. I have one TT Artisan lens that I've kept over the years. That's it. And the only reason I've even kept it was because it's so hard to find like an equivalent to it. So, because it's like a 12 millimeter or something. Oh, was I supposed to add the pads to that? I didn't know that was for... Oh, these things. Okay, let me add those. Good call out, good call out. I guess that's what they mean by pour-on pillar pads? Are you not putting the Wait, are you not putting the lava cloud? Lava cloud? Pardonnez-moi? I don't have Cinder, guys. Cinder is not something I own. All right, let's just leave this here. So I guess I had to put pads on these. Interesting. That's what I thought. The spacebar cutout is likely for EC clearance. It might be for that too, but it looks like it would also double for the O-ring as well, guys. Which is still pretty thoughtful, regardless. But it might be for EC clearance as well. Yeah, it's a pretty smart design. Ooh, these are so small. Seek ye the souls of Cinder. Sounds like something out of Elden Ring. Could you clean the weight off? It looks dirty. It's patinaed. I can't clean it. I'm so sorry, Elaine, if it bugs you. I am very, very, very apologetic to you right now. Oh my god, please. There we go. It's because that line is from Dark Souls 3. Oh, interesting. I've never played any of the Dark Souls games. I've only ever played Elden Ring. I did play Bloodborne, though. That one I did play. Dark Souls, okay. I have tried Dark Souls, and I was awful at it. So, if that's any constellation or whatever the fuck it's pronounced, get in there. All right. There should be an acrylic piece with 3 screws for the ash cloud in the volcano. Is it not already installed? I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, you're all good, Flibby. You're all good. Yeah, that I would have seen, and we should have installed that. Okay, I think we're good now. We can start reassembling this. Have I ever played Baldur's Gate? Yes. I have played 2 playthroughs of that game. One I've not completed, but one was a solo playthrough. The other one I did with a friend. Or sorry, the one with a friend I have not completed, and the other solo playthrough I did complete. Very fun game, though. Very, very much so enjoyed it. Just like I've also done 2 playthroughs of Elden Ring. But both the playthroughs of Elden Ring I am now completed on. My first playthrough, I will admit, I looked up a tutorial on like a good build. But then my second playthrough, I kind of used whatever knowledge I had and just made my own build. I don't remember what I did, but it was more fun playing it that way. I've played Cyberpunk. I like Cyberpunk. It was good. I have not played the expansion though. No, I don't know what it is, Armageddon. The new Bond game isn't really like scratching the itch for me to want to play it, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not super duper interested. All right. There's a lot of mounts to this. No, I'm not a Grand Theft Auto kind of guy. I'm sorry. I'm sure that's gonna piss a few people off, but I probably will not get in on Grand Theft Auto. It's never ever been the style of game in which I normally play. The keyboard looking good already. Can't wait to see the keycaps on it. Yeah, what should we do? Should I do Firefly? You know what, let me see what I got before I jump the gun here. So glow-in-the-dark infill is when someone has like an engraving and then you infill it with enamel. In that case there, it just glows in the dark. Alright, let me see if I have Firefly available. think it's on something, but let's just see if this is the right color for this. It might not be, actually. Actually, no, it's not. I don't like it. Firefly is a little bit too blue. You know, in my mind, I thought Firefly was more like this aqua kind of color, but I'm wrong. I mean, Norse is a really easy choice. Perhaps we run Norse on this? Do I even have Norse available? I think I do. Let me see what else I have. Botanical wouldn't work. I mean, maybe Norse is the answer. I don't know. Is it the answer? I think it would complement it quite well. Let me see. Yeah, I'm down for Norse. I think it works well. Top Nordic, bottom underworld. That would be interesting. So my only question with this board right now, though, does this board work if I apply all the gaskets everywhere? Like, will it still work well? Or will the gaskets kind of like interfere with each other? Like, for example, if I apply gaskets for the gasket portion mount over here and I want to use top mount, will it still work? Because these are non-removable gaskets, right? I'm assuming it's already been thought through, but... now I don't know. Alex taking suggestions from Elquan. Talk about a miracle. I like Elquan. He's a nice guy. I listen to him from time to time. I like 2000. He's a nice guy. F that Elquan guy. He sucks. Says Elquan? Damn. It's a little harsh. What do you guys think? Yeah? I think this suits it well. You guys are vibing? It's coming together from time to time. This is GMK Norse Philly. I think the accent enter will work really nice on this. Yeah, let's do that. Someone left a comment on one of my YouTube videos saying I should start building TKLs with split right shift. But I don't know, I think the vibe doesn't work for me on that. Like, it just doesn't look as nice. And I don't use either one of those keys anyways, so... isn't another company coming out with a Norse clone? Wow, I don't know. Does there need to be a Norse clone? Do they... I don't even know. Saves you time? I guess it does save me a bit of time. I suppose. Actually, where's my pipe key? Oh, here it is. Well, actually, really... I can tell the board feels nice just by putting on the keycaps here, as an FYI. I'm already vibing. There needs to be an Alex clone, that's for sure. Appreciate that, man. If you make a TKL, better have all the optional split right shifts and ISO. Yeah, I know. That's a must, I guess. All right. I'm trying not to spoil, but I'm very curious on how this feels. Not even sounds, but more so feels. Hello? What happened? What's going on? Hi, Alex. Oh, shit. Do I just leave the arrow key? Does it just stay there forever now? Guys, it's a mistake, okay? I made a boo-boo. Split right shift is also better for the environment and less wasteful with stabs. Okay, you know what? So nice. I sort of get it. Thank you, Nex. Appreciate the tier 1 for 33 months, dude. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so page up, page down. Wait, where's my 7U spacebar? Uh-oh. I think I know where it is. One moment. Might have to use a different spacebar here. Print, scroll, pause. How does it even get out of this case? I'm not even sure. I think I just ran out of room or something. Or maybe I used it for another build. Room? Leave me alone. Home. My boxes are organized. It's just sometimes I take them out to use like a singular key, and then I always forget to put them back. Okay, we need delete and we need pause. So, pause is here. Yeah, this is a really nice keycap set for this. And then delete is somewhere here. If I can find it. There it is. Hiding over here. Okay. Let me just quickly go see if I can... I think I know what it is. It's right here. Should be keyword. We're in no rush, right guys? No rush today? Yeah, I know I brought the space bar. Hold on. I had like a little box of space bars I kept, but I don't know where I put them now. I've lost my backup box. What if a spacebar in my hand right now? Then that would be really fucked up. That would be really, really fucked up. Never lose your backup box? No, I found it. It was in the backup box. There's a whole bunch of space bars in there that I've just like used, and then I don't know which set they go in. Sometimes I just forget. We got it. We got it. Don't stress. It's been found. Don't worry. Gengar art is in this? Ooh, I don't know if this would be the best color match, but I'm down to put it on. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. We'll do it. Your backup box was in your box for backup boxes? No, my backup box is just, I don't know why I call it backup box. I have labeled that, but it's a box of random keycaps from GMK sets that I've misplaced. This is one of the boxes that got damaged in moving. Long story short, when I moved, we had to toss everything because, oh man, I don't even know if I want to tell this story again. It's so annoying. Basically, when we moved, we had to really quickly chuck everything into a container because of a time constraint that we had. And we didn't properly stack things. That's it. All right. Let's see what this board sounds like in the O-ring configuration with the aluminum plate. Is it typing right now? Did I not plug it in right? Okay. Let's just see what it sounds like first, and then I'll see if I didn't plug in the daughter board cable correctly, which is, I mean, I thought I clicked it in enough. Maybe I didn't. Let's see what it sounds like first. MX2A's aluminum.
Sounds great, hey.
Okay, this sounds more like a top mount to me. It has a really nice feel to it overall, but it sounds very top mounty, which I'm not opposed to, by the way. Yeah, it's not typical like O-ring rattly notes. Not rattly. You might have the daughter board cable stuck between the case and PCB. Not sure if they could do it. Maybe. We'll see. But no, it doesn't sound... yeah, we're going to try a different mount right now. Hence why I was like, let's just wait till we open it for the LED thing. I don't know. It doesn't sound like an O-ring mount. It's not a bad sound. I expected it to be a little bit more like... O-rings traditionally a bit more bright, I suppose. Let me just make sure if the O-rings seat it properly as well before I jump to conclusions here. Let's see. No, the cable was... yeah, cable was fine. I just don't think it's plugged in all the way. No, it was not plugged in all the way. I must have unplugged it. So nice. Thank you, Bun. Appreciate it, dude. Let's see now. Oh no, it's still not turning on. What the hell? Does it need to be flashed? Check DB side? Yeah, I might have to. Huh. No, this side looks fine. Is it the cable? Daughter board. That's what it stands for, Blood. Thank you again, Bun. Appreciate you, dude. This is aluminum. This is way too orange for it to be actual copper. Maybe it's off by default? Well, no, nothing was typing either. Let me just try to reseat it. If anything, I'll try one of the other cables. Maybe it's just the cable that's being weird. Or you know what? Is it this cable? Is it just like a power draw issue? So in case you guys are wondering, this is actually in a USB hub. Sometimes, depending on the keyboard. No. I don't know. Maybe we'll try a different cable. Let me see. Give me this. With that weight, you've got to use GMK Pompeii. I don't have that set, unfortunately. Molex got mad that you don't like Molex. Yeah. Perhaps a little bit of that. Let's just try a different one here. Maybe it's I have to flash the PCB. Perhaps that's the reason why. But I don't have a bin file for the PCB at the moment. So let's just continue testing what the board sounds like, and then I will get back to you guys with an update regarding that without having to spend too much time on this. I don't know if this is their Bastion because this has LEDs in the middle. It usually, doesn't the Bastion PCB say Bastion somewhere on it? Might be a custom PCB for this. But honestly, the Molex connector, I don't know if that's the issue. I think it's just flashing. Yeah, me too. I mean, I don't know if they're on right now. If Upos is watching or something, if you guys could send me the file real quick, that would be sick. All right. First thing I want to do though, before we try other mounts, is I want to see if this mount needs to be seated a little different. See this right here? That's the sound I was thinking would come from it. So let me make sure this is all seated better. Oh, you know what it might be? I just realized there's still top mount screws in this. Maybe the screws were touching it. I didn't know those came with it because I thought they were right over here. Perhaps that's the reason. Perhaps the screws were touching this part. Why would they give me two sets of screws? Seems like a problem. Could be a problem. Funny enough, I actually didn't think it sounded bad. It just sounded like a top mount. It sounded like a top mount because it probably was mimicking the resonance that you get from one. Thank you. I agree. It also sounds like a rational point, right? Appreciate you guys thinking the same way. Appreciate it, everybody. Appreciate it. Okay, let's try this now. Let's see. Round two. But I am a bit bummed that we can't see the RGB right now. Plausible hypothesis? Yes, I agree. Very good points we're all making here, gentlemen. Valid conclusion? Indubitably. W-Tank. All right. Now let's see the sound test. Okay, it still definitely has some of that like openness, but much better. Still a bit open though. Again, I'm still getting like top mount vibes. A little bit. Like if you're into the top mount sound, then I think you'd like this. But I almost wonder too, let's just see, do I have to... I'm going to uncrank the screw just a little bit here and just give it a little bit of breathing room. No, it's still a little bit open on the inside of this board. Mendy, what the hell? I would say the board has a little bit of weight, but not a whole hell of a lot. All right, let's see some of the other mounts here. I feel like top mount, we already have an idea what top mount's going to sound like. So maybe we don't jump to top mount first. Maybe we do the gasket one? The plate gaskets? See how that's going to sound. It's going to sound like top mount. It might sound like the very first one that we did. All right, so you know, it could be a force break thing too, if you want it to get like this. Okay, let's see. Now, how do the gaskets work on this? I recently shifted my hobby from Pokemon cards, and man, I think I made a mistake. Watching your streams is quite refreshing. So wait, what made you swap from keyboards to Pokemon cards? Also, I appreciate the kind words, Roland. That's very kind of you. Very nice. So this is the other thing I was wondering too now. If I put these gaskets in, how does this work exactly? Does the gaskets go on the top and bottom? I would assume no, right? This is the one mount that I don't quite understand here. So they're saying top mount plus single-sided gasket. So it's not just a gasket. It's a top mount plus single-sided gasket mount. Oh wait, no. Sorry, that doesn't mean it like that. Single-sided gasket mounts. So this is, oh, okay. It can be top as well, but we just put the gaskets on the bottom. So these go here. Interesting. I don't know if I absolutely adore that particular mounting style. I have a feeling this will be the weakest out of all of them that I might not like. I find that kind of has room to shift around when it doesn't get properly compressed. So this is going to be like laying on the bottom case here. You have to carefully align the plate properly using this mount. For O-ring mount, you need to add a 1.5 millimeter. Yeah, I see that too. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. So now we have to be a bit cautious for alignment here. You know what, actually, I rescind my comment on the Molex connector. I actually feel like with a board with lots of mounting styles like this, Molex is the wrong way to go. move the space bar a little bit while we're here. I was on a plateau. I felt like reached my end game with keyboards. Every HMX switch sounded the same. I kept coming back to Cherry, so I reignited my childhood and went to Pokemon. No, the cost is insane. It's not that I've tried Pokemon, but I've seen the prices, and it makes me not even want to try Pokemon. So let's see this now. Let's see how this will sound. Just got back. Good choice on keycaps. Thank you, Fatty. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I think this set works beautifully with this keyboard. I will say, though, the O-ring mount sound solid. I wouldn't say it's my favorite implementation of O-ring. Maybe this keyboard's more geared towards top mount, but I would say it still sounded good. Let's see what this gasket mount sounds like now. Did we do the alignment okay? The alignment, you know, it being a bit more of an expensive keyboard for whatever reason, I do expect some sort of way to better align the keyboard here, not just like shifting around the PCB. But here is just the gasket mount now, so the single-sided gaskets. This sounds a bit more open and bright, or not open rather, this sounds more bright, I would say, than the O-ring did. In fact, this sounds a lot nicer than the O-ring. It still has a bit of like a hollowness, a smidge to it. I'm wondering if it's a force break thing. But then again, I will say it's kind of refreshing to hear something a bit different. Forgot to put this on. Feeling wise, I would say this is a smidge softer than the O-ring. It's not much. I would still say they're your typical like medium firmnesses. That pretty standard firmness you get. I do like the sound of this one here a bit more. All right, and last thing we'll try is the top mount. Interesting. I wouldn't mind the sound profile compared to the O-ring. I think it's a lot nicer than the O-ring was for sure. For sure. And the price point should be sub $400, but I don't think they've settled on a final price point for the board. Bye, Phoenix. Take care. If they get this priced at around $380, I think that's the top end that I would say fits this board. And I would be happy with that. Sorry, I'm just checking something out of curiosity. I think it does need a force break. I think it does. Let's just try it. It's not hard to include force break stickers. Plus, there's nothing wrong with including force break stickers. Let's just give it a go. Fuck it. Let me just grab where the pack of stabs I had went to here. I think they're underneath this caps here. Yeah, let's see. Let's just put a few on. Actually, where were those force break stickers? Not that I don't have a million. Oh, right here. I think it's a little wrong if it kind of needs, but stickers are not included. If they include them, I have no problem with it. You know? If they say, hey, you know what? We see people are adamant about force break stickers. Let's just include them. More power to them. It's not really a huge ask, I feel, nor does it cost a crap ton of money to include some stickers. And I personally don't think it's like detrimental to your keyboard. I think it's just like foam, it's an additive. Like you can change the way your keyboard sounds, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. How many keyboards do you currently own? I don't know, but way too many. Literally way too many. Okay, let's just put 2 more. 2 on the top here. Probably don't need even all these, but send some over. I'll be doing more giveaways soon. When's the last time you bought a keyboard? Pretty recently. I bought, oh man. See, I'm overwhelmed by the amount of keycaps I buy. Man, I don't even remember which one I bought recently. I will let you guys know once I remember. For some reason, my brain isn't... It was maybe the F1? No, I think I bought something after the F1. It was a while ago, though. F1 was recent, but there was something after the F1 that I probably haven't built yet. And I'm considering, I do want a glare. Considering a glare as well. Technically, yeah, all the mantas and schemas I actually did buy. Those I technically bought too. No, I'm not really into like the OTD stuff and Jane stuff. I'm actually not a big fan of the way they look. Like even this has like Jane vibes, I would say, and I'm not like big on that, but I know people are. All right, gasket with a force break now. Let's see how this sounds. It still has a bit of its, I guess, compression maybe happening from the case. But you know what? I actually think this sounds a bit more airy now. I don't know if a different spacebar will make me like the spacebar more, but... Overall, I would still say it's a pretty decent sound profile. Not my absolute favorite. I like a little bit brighter, sound signatures, but I know there's something for everyone to keep in mind because I feel like sometimes people forget that we're allowed to have different preferences. Just because it doesn't sound like the stuff I normally build doesn't mean it's bad. And we'll do top mount next. I don't know if... Okay, so I do think the force breaks helped a little. I wouldn't think it's helped as much as I was hoping it would help, but I do think it helped a smidge. It doesn't have internal steps, but it does have an internal weight. Yeah, maybe there's just some compression happening. You know what it could be too? Maybe it is just a little bit of the plate is hitting the top, maybe? I'd have to do some experimenting. All right, let's just try our top mount though. I almost wonder if the internal weight is having the hollow... if taking out the internal weight and having the hollow would let the sound bounce more. I actually think it might be detrimental to the sound. Personally. All right, back to the classic top mount. Oops. The absolute classic. Would it add a lot more resonance, you think? I think so. I think it would bounce around kind of funky instead of doing what we want. I think that GMK Phoenix would be the move for me. Oh, for this board? I don't know. I think Norse is a great fit for this. I would love to see more photos of the other colors. Obviously, the group buy is not open yet, but that could be also neat to see. What other matching things you could do. Pompeii didn't start delivery. I have no clue. I didn't get in on Pompeii. Pompeii wasn't a set that I loved. I like the multiple options and customization this keyboard allows. Yeah, I feel like they did a pretty good job. So far, I haven't fallen in love with one of the mounts yet. But I do appreciate all the options here. Huh. I'm wondering if there's just something that needs to be taken a look at on the inside that's causing some extra resonance somewhere, that's causing some hollowness. Because that sounded really good, just clicking the keycaps like that without screwing in the case. I don't have GMK Expo. That would be a really nice set for this, though. I agree. Expo's a pretty hot looking set. All right, let's put this back together, and then let's see what this sounds like. I would have loved to see the RGB on this too. All right, top mount time. Top mount sounds the best so far. Oh shit, I think the top mount is doing this a lot of justice. Ooh. Yeah, it has a bunch more punch to it, which is weird because I thought the O-ring. Honestly, I was rooting for the O-ring on this. Yeah, that does sound good. I mean, hey, I'm a little bit shocked personally. Very well implemented top mount. A bit shocked about the O-ring not being the brightest of all the sound signatures. The O-ring actually feels like the weakest. I can't say that I'm over the moon about the gasket one either. I think the gasket hit a good middle ground. I think this would have been a keyboard that made more sense advertised as just a gasket mount and a top mount. There also wasn't, I would say, a big world of difference between the O-ring and gasket. There was, and there was enough to justify adding both. But I almost feel like they were almost the same tonality in a lot of ways. The top mount is very standoutish on this. I think this is the best mount for this board. Absolute the best one. The board looks great too. The only things I don't really love about it are these Phillips head screws over here. Don't like those at all. And I hope that maybe they can figure out some way to make this really cool carbon fiber a bit more uniform in the way that it sparkles. However, I almost don't think that's possible, but it would be really, really cool to see that. Because this is such an interesting texture over here that they have going on in the background. Overall, I would say out of all the Cannon Keys ran projects, normally we get, again, more bulkier designs. This is one of the more slick designs I've seen from them. I want to see what these other colors are going to look like. I'm into this. I like this a lot.
Zar1D gifted a tier 1 sub to X-Ray.
Thank you, Zahid. I appreciate you, man. The only thing that I would say that's like really not making this like a standout TKL to me in terms of like things that I like, I would want to see the gasket and O-ring maybe cleaned up a little bit. I don't know how that's possible, and usually I have good criticism here to give and like ways to go about fixing it. I almost feel like it might be just stepped internals that help that. Again, though, here's the double-edged sword to this. I'm just speaking out of my own preferences and biases here. For all I know, there are people who really like the O-ring and gasket sound. Good though. This is actually quite nice. This is really, really nice. It looks very classic too. I think that's why I'm really liking this. And then they added a bunch of fun stuff on the bottom of the board. Cool. I know, I have no way to show you guys the RGB. I apologize. I'm sorry guys. There's no file I have. I don't think they sent me a file. No, there's none. I can try to get some photos of it later, but yeah, for whatever reason the PCB isn't turning on. Actually, let me see something. Let me just boot up QMK. Let me see. I will let you guys know if this detects anything. Yeah, there's a photo on the Geek Hack page if you guys are curious. Unfortunately, I don't think I can show you guys right now, but... Okay, let's see. If this plugs in and it recognizes, it's just literally I need to flash it. Yep. I need to flash it. It recognizes it, but there's no file flashed to the PCB. A bit unfortunate. I didn't know I need to flash it ahead of time. But it's okay. Looks good. I love the color of this case. This matches Norse perfectly, dude. What a good keycap set we did for this, too. Holy shit. Overall, though, comfortable build. If you're going top mount, it's going to be standard, firm top mount style. Fun. Very fun. If this gets the price point of like below $400, that'd be great. If it goes below $380, this would also be fantastic for this one. All right, though, guys. That's pretty much it. The cable I'm using is from Ordinary Labs. Oh, I'm sorry, Zahi. Yeah, we're just finishing up. Tomorrow, I have Fried's build that we're doing. It's a surprise. Fried doesn't even know what he ordered, which is going to be fun. So that's going to be a fun stream around 7 p.m. tomorrow. I recently just got to look at what he ordered, so it's a very fun overall process in what he's doing. We have Schema tomorrow. We have a bunch of other builds next week. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff happening in the next like 7 days. So if you guys are interested, tune in tomorrow at around 7 p.m. I shot a meme in the self-promo Discord for you in honor of the Pringles discussion. Okay, I'll take a look. Oh my gosh. What is the big gray pad called? Oh, this big giant desk pad here is from a brand called, oh shit, Beaver Peak. It's a Canadian brand. Which I need this keyboard since this one here doesn't turn on. But I got it because I just was tired of my other felt desk pad moving around all the time. But yeah. And it was cheaper than buying through GroveMed. Alrighty. Let's find someone to raid. Is it an early stream tomorrow? It's a late one. So like a normal 7 p.m. Alrighty, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm going to go talk to Mr. Bull now and figure some stuff out with him, but I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Can you check your email before tomorrow for me? Email from Weish. Can you send me, Weish, I hate to ask you this. I actually just went through all my emails. Can you bump me on the email? Thank you so much, Weish. I appreciate you. Because I went through all of my stuff this morning. All right. Let's go find someone to raid. Quickly show the board before closing. Yeah. So this is the board overall one more time. It has the gym badge. Actually, I have to say, the little gym badge here is a really cute addition. I like that it's just engraved and not a separate piece, too. We have a magnetic Toblerone piece, which is okay. I don't think this is like my favorite part of the board. I think that's like the weakest aesthetic thing to me, just because it doesn't close 100% flush. Would be nice to be flush here, but it's on the bottom. And then we have this volcano that's supposed to have a light up cloud with this really interesting carbon fiber with this like red accent that peeks through it. Really, really interesting. I actually almost feel too, if they had done a black bottom instead of this orange one, or just if there's an all blacked out version of this keyboard, this would look hot, dude. Alrighty. I will check for you tonight, Amin. Got you, buddy. I think it actually has come down in price, but we'll see. Because I know that gas prices have gone down. I don't know if that necessarily reflects how shipping is working right now, but we'll see, I guess. All right, let's go read Mr. J. Bye, everybody. Love you. And I will talk to you soon. It's on their existing chain. Okay, I'll take a look. Still ping me if you can. All right, everybody. See ya and good night. Love you, everybody.